Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. There has been reports, in fact, confirmed reports, because William Ruto confirmed himself, Musalia Mudavadi confirmed himself, and even the JKIA management released a presser confirming the same, that yes, the information that was released by the Gen Zs, which says that the government of Kenya is plotting to lease JKIA for 30 years in exchange for renovation, and thereafter it will surrender the airport back to Kenya but retain 18% revenue collection. Another information came into the public saying, should Adani take over the deal with the government, all employees at the JKIA will be forced to renegotiate their contracts afresh via the private investor. The Kisii Senator Richard Mumaima Onyonka has been across media houses exposing the rot plans by the Kenya Kwanza government to secretly lease the airport to a private investor, which Kenyans believe is a breach of the constitution. Due to this, a Kenyan has moved to court seeking to stop the JKIA upgrade deal and wants Adani's proposal declared unconstitutional. In a petition filed at the Milimani Law Court, the petitioner Isaac Lango Guyo is demanding or wants the court to nullify all proceedings and agreement related to the project by Adani. In his petition, he says that there was no public participation in the project and transparency, thereby infringing the constitution. I raised this issue before when the young people were preparing to storm JKIA. I questioned the credibility of the agreement, and I was asking if indeed it was in good faith, why was it hid from the public? Kwa nini wakaificha kutoka kwa wananchi? And JKIA is a public property. It doesn't belong to an individual. It doesn't belong to William Ruto. It doesn't belong to Musalia Mudavadi. It's just a public asset, public investment. Now, why did the government under Kipchumba Murkomen at that time refuse to include Kenyans in that idea? They just secretly went, they lobbied for an investor, and nobody knows the partnership between that investor and the people went to look for him or for them. They brought an investor secretly, minus involving Kenyans. And if it were not the whistleblower, then I tell you, we could be in a mess as we speak. The deal by now ingekuwa isha malizika na JKIA ingekuwa ishaenda kitambo. So, the petitioner says this court declares the entire transaction, including the privately initiated, proposed by Adani Project Holdings and all the attendant processes related thereto, as unconstitutional, null and void, read the court papers. In his argument, the petitioner says the project at JKIA is marked by severe breaches of the constitution, saying that the exclusion of the public from the transaction and the lack of transparency and accountability is a serious violation of the Kenyan Constitution, which requires public participation in such steps. Guyo further wants the Kenyan government to be stopped from pursuing future private partnerships relating to JKIA or any other strategic national asset without full compliance with constitutional principles of transparency, accountability, and public participation. We remember in a statement that was published by Musalia Mudavadi, Mudavadi said that the government has not yet agreed to the terms with Adani Airport, and but he confirmed that such a deal exists, and the government is reviewing the proposal submitted by the Adani firm under the public-private partnership in March 2024. I was asking myself, JKIA has been existing since immemorial, and it has been renovated and built by our own taxes. How JKIA looks now is not the same way JKIA was looking 20 years ago. Why? Because the government that were in place never privatized JKIA to achieve what we are achieving today. So the question comes into my mind, why does the Kenya Kwanza government think that Jomo Kenyatta, Moi Kibaki, Uhuru Kenyatta were all stupid by not leasing the airport to a private investor? Why does Kenya Kwanza think they know it all and now they want to release a public asset just like that without due public participation process, without any involvement of the people who own that airport? That airport doesn't belong to Ruto. That airport doesn't belong to Mudavadi. That airport doesn't belong to any other person except the Kenyans of the Republic of Kenya. Why were they not involved in such deals? You know, the airport issue has exposed badly the Kenya Kwanza government. And by the way, we never know how many assets they have sold to private investors since they came to power 2 years ago. What came into the public is only JKIA. So I'm asking, how many public assets wameuza na hatujui? Hii JKIA imekuja kwa sababu imejulikana. Je, kunazo zingine ambazo ni fiche na watu wamekulia na wameshiba na hatujui? I'm just asking, maybe by any chance, could there be any other? I saw Richard Onyonka raising the same issue. And he was asking, how sure are we that Kenya Kwanza hasn't sold A, B, C, D, the assets that fully belong to the people of the Republic of Kenya? They were built by the Kenya's taxpayers' money. They have been renovated using taxpayers' money. How sure are we kwamba hawajauza? How sure are we? Tumbocrats. Now, we hope that this petition is going to see the light of the day and give us a win as the people of the Republic of Kenya. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.